This is English shorthand dictation number 125 and the dictation speed is 140 words per minute. Ready? Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on this motion on population stabilization that is being discussed in this August House. India's population is 120 crore today. Our country's population is about 17% of the global population. This is not an encouraging fact. The land mass of India is just 2% of the world's land mass. A country that occupies just 2% of the world's land surface accommodates 17% of world's population, and this is a matter to ponder over. Our neighboring country China is the most populous country in the world. When we compare ourselves with China, it has got a population of 130 crore, but the population growth rate of that country is now at a slower pace, and in next few decades we may surpass China to become the most populous country in the world. This is a matter of serious concern. Throughout the country, cultivable lands are being converted to residential areas. At this juncture, the alarming increase in our population gives us an apprehension that we may be forced into great scarcity for food as we exploit the natural resources in a big way with a big population. We have just now concluded a discussion in this August House on price rise, which is a reflection on demand and supply that involves food production too. It is appropriate to hold a discussion on population growth and to evolve ways to contain the same. In India, we find that the population growth rate is coming down in the southern states. We have succeeded in bringing down the population increase there. But in certain northern states, we are quite unable to control population explosion and we are really struggling hard. This has resulted in a situation where the northern states get more funds according to their population and the so-called developed states in the south are getting reduced funds from the center. I urge upon the Union government to evolve a method to provide incentives to the southern states which have succeeded in effectively controlling the population growth. On the contrary, they are being deprived of their share. Normally, families resort to family planning method only after getting a male child. They avoid adopting family planning methods till they get a male child. Women getting education will directly benefit the society and that will also help us to bring down the growth rate of population. Hence, I urge upon the Union Health Minister to consider introducing a scheme to give incentive to girls getting education throughout the country. The government must give every child a certain amount of money to continue their education till they complete schooling. That amount should be deposited in the name of each girl child, which will be of great help to them to build a bright future after completing their school education. This will help our society in a big way and will make the compulsory education a meaningful one. Hence, I urge upon the Union Minister to look into this and consider implementing it to give a boost to women education. The government must come forward to encourage families that adopt family planning after having one child. Such children should be sanctioned grant from the government to complete their collegiate education. They must get priority in the job market. Apart from priority in employment opportunities, they must get government assistance and funds when they go in for self-employment. They must get loan for investment at reduced rate of interest. These incentives to encourage one-child norm will go a long way in containing population explosion. Through our primary health infrastructure facilities and by way of utilizing the services of rural health workers in every village, we must take this message to every house in every nook and corner of our country. The government must also think in terms of extending to every newly married couple a gift box consisting of books and materials on sex education and family planning methods. We must uphold and promote family planning to bring down the growth rate of population. Madam, we must empower our women if we intend to control the growth of population. In this regard, the data and statistics that are reeled out by the government are mostly fake. They are mostly concocted and fabricated. The bureaucrats in the ministries just want to achieve the targets. Their ground reality is different. The data that reaches the government is generally fudged. The officials just want to save their skin. Thus, the government remains under the misconception that it has achieved its targets. Constant monitoring should be done to verify the genuineness of the tall claims that are made by officials. Figures of the present year should be strictly compared with those of the previous years. If population growth continues unabated, the government should review its schemes and policies. The failure of our schemes should serve as an eye-opener for the government. The government should also focus on government employees. All employees should be asked to furnish an affidavit that they will stick to family planning norms. If they fail to do so, no increments should be given to them. They should not be given any promotion either. Madam, the government must take stern measures if it wants to control population growth. We can overcome all impediments, but the will and intention to do so should be there. If we do not take concrete measures to check population explosion, it will further aggravate other problems like poverty, inflation, illiteracy, unemployment, and taking of drugs and intoxicants by youths. The country will lag behind in the race of progress and development, and the future generations will suffer irreparable damage. Hence, it is high time that we wake up from our deep slumber and take the bull of population explosion by the horns. Only then can we stabilize our population. The future generations will never forgive us if we fail to rise to the occasion. Madam Chairperson, the House is now deliberating on the ways and means to stabilize our population and contain the growth rate of population. I thank you for giving me an opportunity to participate in this discussion and share some of my views. We must put our heads and hearts together to find out the causes for the population increase. It is not enough to talk about population and containing the same. Population is our asset, wealth and resource. It is a natural resource and is taken as human resource. In the Asian continent, we are the second largest country to have such a vast human resource. Both in the North and South Pole region and in the West, there is not much scope for population growth. But in the tropical region, the natural potential for population growth is very high. The climatic conditions here are responsible for more population than other regions. This is not only a human factor but also a climatic factor. If we scientifically analyze the demographic distribution, we find that increased population is found among the society that is more relying on religions and religious practices. People who are responsible for increase in population are mostly illiterate and impoverished because they consider their progenies to be their assets who can help them to overcome oddities in life. We must consider the ways and means to make the governments of the day aware of the ground reality and to evolve suitable measures to contain population that come in the way of our achieving the target for growth. People go in for children not only because they like them but also because they consider them to be their assets and means to improve their life. Most of the religions are impressing upon their followers that reproduction is an assigned duty and they must not put a stop to it as it will go against the tenets of their faith. In our country, only those who have their lives centered on religions keep on increasing the population. In addition to it, we find a situation in our country that contributes to increased population. Adequate social security is not available to the citizens of this country. In the absence of a viable social security mechanism, every individual tends to think that only their children can take care of them in their old age. Resolutions and motions cannot contain population explosion.